Hello and welcome to the Phoenix 5 Info Show. I'm your host, Lieutenant Vince Lewis, coming to you once again from police headquarters in beautiful downtown Phoenix with my co-host this episode, PIO Sergeant Brian Bauer. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
You did such a great job last time. We wanted to...
Well, I took over for you last time, so This is a great honor that you're willing to have me come back.
Yeah,
so
and it's appropriate that you're in front of the silent witness step and repeat too.
Yep.
Because you're also the silent witness coordinator.
Yep, for all of Maricopa County.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, special shout out to Silent Witness for giving us this airtime. But we want to introduce our very special guest. We have brought to you Assistant Chief Ed DeCastro. You're over the Investigations Division, but you are also the chair for the Awards Committee. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And this Wednesday, April 23rd, 6 p.m. at the Orpheum Theater in downtown Phoenix, the Phoenix Police Department annual awards ceremony is returning. Once again. This will be the second time that you will be co-emceeing.
I will, yeah.
With a very special guest this year, Anita Roman from Fox 10.
Yeah, that's what you told me. So I'm excited. It was fun last year. A little nerve-wracking, but it was fun. We had a good time.
The awards ceremony actually be streamed on our YouTube channel, so folks can tune in for that, and they can see that once that happens. They can find all of our old past ceremonies as well. But I want to dive a little bit into the awards committee, because these are medals for acts of valor, acts of merit, just heroic acts by our employees and by civilians as well.
Yeah. From
the city. And they are nominated by fellow employees.
They are.
Supervisors and whatnot, and even the folks, the officers that roll up on scenes of heroic acts out on the street. When they see something that's noteworthy, they can write up that citizen for an award too. So we're curious to know a little bit about the awards committee, how it works, and then how does one get a medal?
Sure. Well, first, thank you for having me. It's nice to be here again. Nice. I think it's the first time I've been here with Brian, so thank you. So the awards committee is pretty easy. People turn in their memos of, just like you said, for acts of bravery, acts of heroism. They write up a memo of what happened. They turn it in, and goes through the chain, and then it kind of sits on a pile. Every quarter, the committee, which is made up of citizens and employees at different ranks, professional and sworn, we go through, we read every single one of them, and we decide which ones are appropriate for the medal. And then we vote on should they get the medal. 99% of the time, the medals are correct. Sometimes we'll tweak them a little bit, but for the most part, they get the medal. The only ones that are slightly different are the Chief's Unit Award and the Supervisor of the Year Awards. Those we kind of create a rank system of which ones are better, so to speak. And then the actual chief will decide which one will get that award.
Well, that's interesting, because not only do officers and supervisors put in these memos, but you can have civilians that happen to see something, capture something on camera, and they can go to the police department and say, look, this was an outstanding job by these officers, and they could also submit that to the awards.
Sure, and a lot of times what we'll have is they usually submit them to the patrol supervisor, is usually how it works. And then that patrol supervisor will include that with their memo of the heroism or bravery. And sometimes that includes that citizen. Sometimes the citizen is part of the action that is being taken place. We've had many citizens that have helped out the officers in need. Officers are struggling with somebody or stuck doing something, and people will stop and help us. And it's great to see the collaboration and the love that we have for each other.
Yeah, I remember last year we honored a civilian who was minding his own business at home and heard a horrific traffic collision outside, ran outside and I think it was his flip-flops, crossed the street towards burning wreckage. Yeah. Just dove right in to save a woman who was trapped inside of a burning car, suffered burns himself, used his shirt to put her out, and saved, essentially, prolonged her life. So do you remember some of the calls from last year, or can you tell me how it felt to host the show?
I don't remember all of them. Right. I know there was a lot of great bravery that was happening. But hosting the show, I think one of the things that I really noticed is the honor and the support and the pride from the families. Because we all know what we do, and we all appreciate each other, and we know that we are all in this together. But when you see the family seeing their loved one, their mom, their dad, their brother, their sister, get that award, and we talk about what they did to earn that award, and to see it in their family's eyes, and in our employees' eyes of knowing that they made their family proud, that is special to me. That really makes it above and beyond than just the medal that you have.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like you said, the family, they get to go there, they get to participate, dress up real nice. It's a great casual event where we bring all the toys. We have all the different elements of the Phoenix Police Department that's parked outside so that the kids, the family, the community can be more involved with that. Now, from your perspective as hosting these events, do you see that the kids get a bright eye and a brightness to their eye, and that makes them want to become a police officer just like their parents?
I think so. I think it definitely we all became cops to do the cool stuff that we saw on TV.
Yeah.
Nobody did it to write 5 reports. So the stuff that we're honoring are the things that people became officers for. And so I think when the kids see that, one, I think it makes them say, wow, that's a really cool thing to do. I want to do that. But also to say, I want to follow in my parents' footsteps or my brother's footsteps or my sister's footsteps. I think those types of things are the things that really build up our future officers, because they see the true work that we do. And we don't always get to highlight that as much as we'd like, I don't think. And so I think being able to show all the positive, and this is just a small portion. I mean, the honorees that we have are minuscule compared to all the work that's actually happened on a daily basis that is unrecognized for whatever reason. But people are doing large amounts of bravery and community service constantly.
One of the incidents that we're going to honor this year involved, I don't know if you remember this or not, it was in May of 2021. There was a high-rise hotel downtown where there was shootings going on. Multiple people were injured.
Yeah.
Multiple officers responded. Do you remember hearing about this? Do you remember any of the details, or
I
at
remember
least how it felt to hear about it?
Yeah. So I was the Violent Crimes Bureau commander at the time. So when that was going on, I was actively part of it from the investigative side, so not from the patrol side, but it was chaotic, to say the least. We had an active shooter we believed an active shooter in a high rise, and the city of Phoenix is not used to high rise crimes, so it was new for us. And so dealing with the logistics of how to get up to the top, how to tactically address these things, and we had a lot of people coming out. So then we had to deal with who's a victim, who's a suspect, trying to get everybody in one area to get information. It became very chaotic, but the supervisors on scene controlled it very well. They made great decisions as far as who's going to go in, who's not going to go in, when they're going to go in. They called the right resources, and it took a long time, and we shut down the street, and it was a major hotel, so they weren't happy. But I think the outcome turned out to be great. We learned some great lessons from it, investigatively and tactically. And I think the officers deserved any credit and any award that they get for that.
Yeah, definitely. So in March of 2023, another incident happened where 2 officers rolled up on a call of a woman that was being stabbed by her husband. They arrived to find the woman crawling towards them, suffering these grave injuries. They immediately ran up, they rescued her, they went through and finished the call out. It was a stressful, violent encounter that they ended up bringing resolution to. In the face of this danger and these risks, talk a little bit about the risk and just the accepting it when an officer doesn't even realize that they're not doing this for the medal.
Correct.
They're doing it for the right reasons, right?
Yeah, and that's our job. Our job is to go out there and make sure that everybody's safe. In this case, this is the ultimate level of making sure somebody's safe. We're trying to save somebody's life as well as apprehend the person that caused this. Officers, I believe, don't really think about the medals. They don't think about the consequences. They're just acting based off their training and what they know to be able to resolve this situation the best way possible. And I think in that case, we wound up doing a great job of making sure that we did both. So I think they did a really good job.
And I see that recognition a lot as a supervisor, where the officer themselves that did that extraordinary job didn't want recognition, never came to me, never told me exactly what took place. It was peers that came to me and said, look, this is what so-and-so did. You should look into it and provide them a reward.
And funny you mentioned that, because there are some people that we've awarded the medals to that have asked us not to give it to them.
Yeah.
They didn't want the recognition. They don't want the medal. They didn't do it for the medal. They'll take the written commendation that we just hand out, but they didn't want the limelight. They didn't want anything else. They were just, this is their job. This is what they wanted to do, and they're doing it. So that's always very impressive as well.
Yeah, Chief, I'm going to steal your question, Brian. Have you received any medals or honors? Awards?
Yes, I have. I've gotten 2 Chiefs Unit Awards and a Distinguished Service Award. So in my career, I've done a lot of really good things, and so I'm pretty proud of those.
Yeah, good. Well, we're proud to have you.
Yeah,
Brian,
thank
Brian,
you.
have you gotten any medals?
I have not gotten any medals, but I'm proud of all the medals that I've been able to put out and all the memos that I've written for the officers that did extraordinary jobs. I'm equally just as proud of that.
And I will say that you've probably done a multitude of things that deserve medals.
That just go unnoticed because of the amount of good police work that gets done on a daily basis by officers who are out there, again, not looking for the credit, just doing the right thing for the right reasons when nobody's looking.
Correct.
It's really how you measure character. And
Sure.
those are the kinds of people that we want joining the police department
Absolutely.
and visiting joinphxpd.com.
Yes. And I think people that show up to the award ceremony, please let family members, friends know that we are hiring, and they can be a part of all of this as well.
Yeah. So again, thank you, Chief DeCastro, for joining us. You're going to be co-hosting the Phoenix Police Annual Awards Ceremony.
I will.
Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025, 6 p.m. at the Orpheum, and those who can't attend are able to watch it on the streaming.
Yeah.
You'll continue to chair the awards committee and making sure that we basically ask our officers, urge our officers to stand up and be recognized,
Yes.
both them and their families, the support. We can't speak enough about the support. They're the
They
ones
and
that
their
are
family
home.
deserve it.
Exactly. They're the ones that worry about us when we know we're okay. They don't.
Right.
But yeah, so we definitely want to thank you for all the work that you do and that the committee does. Brian?
Last note that I'd like is if there's anybody that's out there that has seen or recognized something like that, be outspoken. Let us know. Supervisors might not see every call that happens throughout the night, so it's important for peers, for citizens to let that supervisor know the great job that these officers are doing so that they can be properly recognized.
And if I could just lastly say, internally, employees, I've had officers write up officers.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be a supervisor. So anybody on this department can write up somebody else for a medal.
That's terrific. Well, thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you being here. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
I want to thank the crew for producing. And you, the viewer, you can catch the video versions, or the listener, you can catch the video versions of our show on our YouTube channel. Just like to remind everybody that you too can help solve crime in your community by sending tips to Silent Witness. Visit silentwitness.org and call 480-WITNESS. We are hiring. Go to joinphxpd.com. We're on all social media platforms. Visit us, like us, subscribe. And remember, we're all in this together.